From News Channel 7, time for 7 First Alert weather.
Well, it is the third official day of summer, but for some spots across the U.S., it may feel like we're in the middle of summer. You can see a lot of heat over the Midwest right now and into the Plains states. And if we look towards El Paso, 103 degrees as there is a heat wave going on in that area and northern Mexico right now, with some of those temperatures hitting up to 110. That's the highest one that I've seen thus far. Plus, they've got lots of humidity there as well. And those morning low temperatures in the area have been in the 80s. And our high temperature right now is 83 over in the western side of the state. And so part of that heat is fueling our thunderstorm chances for today. And you can see on our radar, we got a little bit of a break this afternoon before we're starting to see some more of those storms start to fire. And so we have a couple strikes of lightning that I've spotted to the west of Stanley. And now we're seeing a new cell pop up just south of McCall. And so we could see some of that develop as we go into these evening hours because we've still got some instability in the atmosphere this afternoon. You can see the view near Stanley looks like some of that rain is coming in and actually making it all the way to the ground. So our mountain areas are going to have the highest chances of seeing some of those thunderstorms tonight. The other reason that why we're seeing some of these thunderstorms form is because we've got a low pressure center that is going to continue to drift through our area. You can see it in the northern part of Utah right now. You can actually see the rotation on our water vapor imagery. And so that provides a lot of lift in the atmosphere. And once we get lift, a lot of that moisture can condense out and form stronger storms. And part of one of the ways that we can also feel the changes in the atmosphere is through wind. And so we saw some higher wind gusts today, peaking a little bit in the western Treasure Valley spots this afternoon, and now kind of being a little bit more equal throughout many areas. And the latest wind gust was 20 miles an hour in Stanley, likely associated with some of those thunderstorms. And I know wind speed and wind gust kind of sound like they can be used interchangeably, but it's actually two different things. So the wind speed describes how fast the air is moving past a certain point, and a wind gust is a sudden brief increase in wind speed, and it usually lasts less than 20 seconds. So wind speed is more consistent and wind gust is temporary, and those wind gusts will be a little bit lighter as we go into tomorrow. So today in Boise, we saw some of those wind gusts around 20 miles an hour. So tomorrow we're only looking at the teens. And so we are looking at some of those storm chances again in those mountain areas linger tonight. Then we get a little bit of a break in the overnight hours before we start to see some showers reform in those same areas. So it's not going to be as much thunderstorm potential, but we could still see some showers and gusty winds associated with those as well. But for tomorrow in the Magic Valley, it's going to be mainly dry for you with those comfortable temperatures near 80 and those lows near 50. And then again, the Central Mountains have some of the highest chances of seeing a light shower throughout the day. But again, mainly the gusty conditions is what we'll see. And in valley locations, we do have a chance of seeing some clouds and some of those showers pass by, but that moisture I think is too high in the atmosphere for all of that to actually make it to the ground. So likely we're just going to be seeing a little bit more of the sunshine, maybe a cloud or two drift by. But check out the high temperatures. 85 both on Saturday and Sunday, and then we continue with the 80s all the way through your 7-day forecast. And yes, it does get on the upper end of the 80s as we get into Thursday, but until then we have a really amazing 7-day forecast. And again, we're talking about the drier conditions. There's a little bit of a background chance of seeing some showers, so we could still see some of those pop up. But Shara, overall, really nice this weekend. It's going to be a really great weekend to get out and do some summertime activities. I think premium summertime memories could be made this weekend.
Oh, I love that. Summertime memories. And such a good weekend for it. So many events happening all across the Treasure Valley. So wonderful weather for it. All right. Thanks, Sophia.